All right, we're here in Mid-Ohio, and it's time for another Java with James. Obviously, our guest this week is Kyle Kirkwood. Hi, Kyle.
How you doing?
I'm well, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Yeah? Are you warm?
Where's Java originate from?
Java?
Yeah.
Do you know what Java means? It's like
Coffee.
it's like coffee. Yeah.
Where does that
like
originate?
you're like really breaking it down. Like
No,
how did
like,
people come up with the name
Is
Java?
it actually Java? Was it Java at one point, meaning that it was like Spanish or?
Look, from what I understand, the best coffee is South American. So I'm going to assume that it's of Spanish language descent, and it probably was.
And we just Americanized it by calling it Java.
It's kind of what we do. We're pretty good at that.
Yeah, but you're Canadian.
That's great. See, I don't know a lot.
I don't know either. That's what I was asking you.
I don't know a lot
figured
about
you'd
it
have a
because
good
I'm not.
answer.
You might not know this. I'm not a coffee drinker. Which
I
makes
did know that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes the whole segment a little ironic, which is what we're going for. So the guest chooses the coffee, as you guys know by now. So what are we sipping on today in this very warm, direct sunlight?
So it's about 90 degrees and humid, and the sun's beating right on us with very minimal breeze. And we're drinking a very hot latte that is going to burn the roof of your mouth, no doubt.
So like my mouth is like very untrained for hot drinks in general because I don't drink coffee. So like am I going to be like is this going to be like am I going to be in pain?
No, you should be all right. I already did a little taste just to make sure.
So I had a latte once before, but it was handmade by former professional barista Alex Below.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see how yours stacks up, even though you didn't make this one.
Are we just trying it together?
Yeah, let's try it. It's hot and terrible, like
it's a typical latte.
all other coffee, just the worst.
It's better than just like drip coffee. I'm not a big fan of drip coffee.
Do you drink coffee every day?
I do.
Yeah.
I drink espresso though.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I
never really
too.
do like a
cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So you like, is it just for the caffeine kick for you then? Like
Pretty
you don't
much.
really enjoy
I'm not
it.
really
you
like
just...
not like a fan of drinking coffee. It's
Right.
just like I don't know. I've become accustomed to it.
just become part of the routine.
Yeah, it's like everyone else does it in the paddock. So I raced with an Italian team, and they kind of made me drink it. And when I raced Indy Pro 2000,
who was that with?
RP Motorsports. We won the championship. They were only in the series for 2 or 3 years, and we won the championship in their second year. So.
The thing about you when you discuss your road to Indy career is you never have to actually say we won the championship because we know you only won championships.
It's fair.
In the road to Indy, right? You never lost one.
That's true. Yes.
So you were saying earlier, you mentioned the conditions right now, and this is kind of reminding you of Florida, hot, sunny, and muggy.
Yeah, it is.
So you feel right at home, and
I actually do. It's funny that you mentioned that because like the humidity actually feels cooler to me when I'm in the car. I don't know, it makes me like sweat more and I feel cooler. It's really weird, right? Like everyone last year at Nashville was like, it's too hot, we can't drive in these conditions, get the fans on me, get the AC, and I'm like, this one isn't as bad as like half of the events that we've gone to.
Really?
Yeah, much better in the humidity.
See, I don't mind humidity as just like a person walking around.
Yep.
But in the car, a dry hot day versus a humid hot day, humidity was way worse in the car.
No, I think humidity's better.
You're just like, I think your body's more watered than the average human.
It is.
Just growing up where you did.
Spent all my time like either in 100% humidity or surfing or diving or something else. I'm used to being wet.
Yes, you're covered in water more often than not.
Exactly.
All right. So we had an off weekend last weekend. Did you do anything water-based?
Trying to remember what I did.
No, you went to Watkins Glen.
I went to Watkins Glen. We were just talking about this.
talking about that. See, that's why I knew, but
I'm glad you knew where I was because I didn't know
your
myself.
schedule better than you do, bud.
Yeah, no, I was at Watkins Glen rooting on Vassar Sullivan there where they did a double win. So
you live in Florida.
I do.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Which is kind of the whole thing, but like genuinely, and I don't mean this in like a condescending way in any way.
It sounds like it's starting to be already.
It's a terrible preface for a question. But like, do you have a house? Do you rent a place? Do you live at home? Like, you're still a young guy, or your second year of your career. Like,
I'll be honest, it's really easy to live with my parents.
Okay, yes,
yeah.
that's
very
I
easy.
just wasn't sure.
I do own a house, and I've got an apartment in Indianapolis where I spend the entire season. So while I'm in Indianapolis,
you're
doing
in your apartment,
all the race car things in the summertime.
Is it tough being a Florida kid and spending summers in Indy?
No, because we're always racing, right? If we get
a
a lot of time off, then it's like, all right, what do we do? Because I'm so used to, like, on a day where we're not doing anything in Florida, just go to the beach, go surfing, go swim around. If there's waves, you surf. If it's flat, then you go diving or fishing or whatever. And in Indiana, it's like, all right, what do we do?
Well, you call Rossi, and
we
you go on his boat, and then you...
I've been on Rossi's boat once.
Do you like to wake surf if you're a surfer?
I do, yeah.
I imagine you're pretty good
And he's got
at
a great boat for that, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm good at wake surfing.
I heard that you're actually, speaking of boats, that you're maybe getting into boat ownership as well.
Yeah, you
yourself.
know, I actually owned a boat up until a couple of years ago. Over COVID, I bought a boat, rewired, did like tons of fiberglass work, all new like GPS, like everything, and it was only a single engine boat, 27 foot, and I ran it over to the Bahamas 4 times on a boat that like I rebuilt myself.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And
it's
then
not the first time I've owned a boat.
And then you sold it.
And then I sold it for a lot more money than I bought it for. So it was
that
an
like-
investment. That was like the first boat investment anyone's ever had. So
Yeah, the first boat investment where you made money on
yes,
it.
exactly.
Nice. All right.
In history.
So you're not getting back into that world. You're buying like a new boat to use yourself now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And are we
But
putting
I
some...
used it myself. The old
Yeah.
one that I had.
But like, you're not going to do a bunch of work to this one and then sell it.
No, it was a lot of work.
How many engines is this one going to have?
Hopefully 2.
Just 2?
Just 2. I don't need to burn that much fuel. Like Ryan Hunter-Reay's
I was
got a
just gonna
big boat,
say.
but he burns like, he gets like 0.6 miles to the gallon.
Well, he's worth an
So-
obscene amount of money. So it doesn't
Yes.
matter. Like, money
Yeah.
is no object to Hunter Ray.
Yeah, see, I'm looking for more like, if I can get 2.5 miles per gallon, then I'll be happy. I don't need a big boat.
Okay.
I can still catch fish on a 25-foot vessel.
Right. See,
It
he
doesn't need to be
can't
95.
even catch fish on a 30-something
Ah, you're
foot
right,
with
yeah.
like 7, 8 engines.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's up
42.
to. He keeps it 42.
42 at quads.
42, and he's just
Yeah.
every year it seems to be a new engine on that thing.
Yep.
He's here somewhere. I wish he was here for this conversation.
Yeah.
He loves it when we talk about his yacht. His
yacht
motor
of a center console.
So this year has been very different from your first year
It has.
in the series.
Yep.
I gotta ask. Came in as a rookie last year. The most like, not you're doing, everyone else is doing, the most touted rookie to come into the sport in a very long time because of the aforementioned lack of failure in any of the junior categories. Immense success getting here.
Yep.
You start your IndyCar career with AJ Foy Racing. It was not a stellar year.
No.
Was that
It was
hard? Coming from a place where a lot of junior drivers get into the big leagues, whether it's an Indy Lights, Indy Next driver getting up to IndyCar, an F2 driver getting to F1, whatever, and you really have to recalibrate your expectations, right? Because you're used to your whole career battling for wins, battling for championships, and it's tough as a rookie to come into. It's not very realistic
Yeah.
as a rookie to come in. So already you're battling that. But on top of that, it was just a rough year. So was it hard to get through?
You know, it would have been much harder if there wasn't a plan in place.
You knew already what 23 was going to bring in a sense.
Well, by the point that mattered.
Right.
Yes. So, like, the whole beginning of the year, it actually started off quite well,
Yeah.
we thought. We had some really good races. I was also managing an injury through 2 or 3 events. I broke my hand at
Detroit, right?
Detroit, yeah, after having brake failure in practice. And, yeah, so it was a bit of a nightmare for that stage, but I had that plan in place, and I knew exactly what I could do with Andretti Autosport and the success that we would have together. So that kind of kept my hopes high.
So then how excited were you at coming into the new year, first time in the car? I assume thermal, you guys didn't test before thermal.
No.
I know you'd done some maybe rookie days or something, right? But
I did like in 21.
yeah, your first day in the 27 with your group was at thermal.
Exactly.
How exciting was it to get to that kind of next step?
It was good because thermal, I mean, right out the gate, we're fast.
Yeah.
We were super fast. Like we were quickest we were in the top 3, I think, every single session, and relatively speaking, we were actually, I think, the quickest car there. So it was like a great high for the entire team. Everyone was pumped. We were fast. And that trait has kind of carried all the way to this moment. It's like there hasn't been a weekend where we feel like we couldn't win a race. I think Texas might have been the only one where we're like kind of on our back foot, but our teammates were going fast, so we still had hopes that we could just match them, right, and then be at the front. But everywhere else, man, we're like right there. Like we can do it. We're fast in every single practice session. We're always like top 5 range. The win was great. We just need to get more of those.
Well, let's talk about it. So you qualified on pole, huge achievement.
Yep.
At that point, are you incredibly confident you're going to win that race on Sunday?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Complete.
Okay, so you're Saturday qualifying, you get the
Yeah.
pole. What's the feeling going to bed at night? Hey, the weekend's a success no matter what happens in the race. It's that first kind of thing.
A little bit.
Was
yeah,
it just like I don't want to screw this up, or like what's the feeling?
Two, both of those.
Okay.
I was like, it's already been a good weekend, Kyle. Like a top 5 would be awesome here. You've already qualified on pole. You've kind of proven your worth. Just don't mess things up, that sort of thing. That was kind of the thoughts going through my mind. And I mean, the team did an awesome job, really. I mean, Brian was like, man, when you're at the front, it feels just as easy as any other race that you've won in like your road to Indy category, because you're just up front and you're just cruising to your ability, right? And he's exactly right. I mean, that's all it really was. I think Newgarden got by me for close to a stint, but man, the car was good. Felt like we were under control the entire time, and it just made it like the easiest race I've ever done.
Did it change anything going forward? When you show up to the next race, do you feel different? Is the team different? Or is it just sort of like, all right, that's done. What have you done for me lately? Doesn't matter. Let's go.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit of both, right? It was like right away, it feels like, okay, it's like the team, this is where we're meant to be. We're supposed to be at the front, but you're only as good as your last race. And then it was like the next one, we finished 12th. So it's like we're right back into it. We need to get another win to get our status back, sort of thing. And we did really well at Indianapolis. We did pretty well at Indy GP. Did really well at Detroit. We didn't have to come from the back. In Road America, we also could have done really well if we didn't have to come from the back.
So what tracks left on the calendar? And you can include, we're at Mid-Ohio now. You can include Mid-Ohio if it's one of them. I know you've had a lot of success here in the junior categories. But going back to all these tracks now for the second year with the new team, strong program, which ones are you looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Here,
okay.
Mid-Ohio.
There you go. I'm glad that we sat with you here then.
Yeah, this is honestly like my favorite track to drive.
Really?
Just like, if you were to say, hey, here's an IndyCar, pick any track that you want by yourself, no one's going to know about it, I'd bring it straight here and just go do laps here. I don't know why, I just love driving high downforce, cool cars around here.
That is fair.
So hopefully it goes well for that reason.
All right, so then we get to the end of the season. I predict Kyle Kirkwood has a second win under his belt and another podium. You're going to be in the top.
All right, so another podium on top of that win?
Yeah.
Okay,
Another
three
win.
Podiums,
3 podiums. You're going to be top 6 in the championship. Okay. Going at the end of your second year. Where are you right now?
10th.
Okay. So you're going to be top 6. Your second
not
win.
far away
another
from
podium.
6,
No,
to be honest.
very doable. How's Kyle Kirkwood going to spend the offseason? Down in his new house, on his new boat, fishing, surfing.
That's exactly
relaxing.
what I want to do. Probably won't happen that way, but it's exactly what I want to do, yes. I'm going to come visit you in Nassau.
Please do. Come take your boat, run down, and come visit us.
It's about 180 miles.
That's not far.
No, it's not that far.
At 2.5 miles per gallon.
It's a lot of fuel.
Well, we'll figure that out.
It'll take like 5 hours, though.
You go pick up Ryan on the way.
Gallon. It's not miles per gallon.
Ah,
it's miles per gallon.
That's good. That's a good line right there. Well, I look forward to our time on the water together.
Sounds good.
And in the meantime, have a great race this weekend.
Likewise, I hope you enjoyed that latte.
I
only drank one sip of it.
I had a second one.
It's probably not too hot now.
Did you? I mean, that's a relative term.
Yeah.
That was gross, but thanks for letting me try it.
It's still really hot.
Pilot's latte was better.
The one that he made.
The one that he made.
Did he make it here,
Oh,
though?
he made it here.
Oh, okay.
He used pumps of stuff.
See, I'm not that good.
It's the whole thing. But hey, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Kyle Kirkwood.